Hello, Pokepeeps. Welcome back to the fan fiction. My point of view. I sat on the bed next to Auntie. What? I just realized something. Every time something important happened, Wilfred runs through acting ridiculous, and he doesn't even live here. He lives about 3 miles away. It's like one of those cliche movies or stories. I told Auntie with a chuckle. I guess you're right. I never noticed that, Auntie replied with a chuckle. Suddenly the bedroom door cracked open. It was Wilfred. Hey, what you guys talking about? Wilfred asked. I began to laugh hysterically. Another head popped over above Wilfred. It was dark. He headed a head then appeared below Wilfred. It was Amy. Auntie's face plummeted, and I continued to giggle. Wait, let me guess. King of the Squirrels will show up next, I yelled through laughter. Then a face appeared with a peanut butter smeared all over. He was wearing a king outfit. I'm King of the Squirrels, he yelled, then vanished. For F's sakes, Auntie said, shaking his head. He was smiling, though. Sorry, Dirk and Amy said in unison. They then left the doorway, but Wilfred stayed. Auntie looked up at him for a moment. Oh, I'm supposed to leave now. Okay, bye, Wilfred yelled and left. The door opened all the way. What have you gotten yourself into? Auntie asked with a smile. I pecked Auntie's cheek and left the room. Serge bounded upstairs with her backpack. How was it? I asked, expecting a bad answer. Today was Serge's first day at a real school. It's fine, I'm just super tired, Serge replied. She went to her bedroom and set her backpack down. I glanced at Serge as he did her homework. I then walked upstairs. Excuse me, Your Highness, but Abigail is loose in the ballroom again, a maid explained, and fiercely I teleported to the ballroom and Abigail was in there. At the least she was. A few things had caught on fire. I waved my hand and it returned to normal. I noticed muddy claw prints. I followed them in the kitchen. One on the counter. On the counter sat Abigail. She held her face stuffed in a bowl of cake batter. Abigail, I yelled with laughter. Abigail drove over to me and gave a small roar. I picked her up and brought her back to the dome. My point of view. Abigail's full grown now. I walk into her large dome. Abigail grew so much she had to make her dome larger. Abigail, I yelled. Abigail rushed over to me. I hopped on her back, ran over and pressed the button. The glass ceiling opened and Abigail shot out. Abigail went higher and higher in the sky. We were above the clouds. She popped down and I saw the pet store. Abigail knew what we were doing. She flew to the pet store and landed. I will be right back, baby, I said, hopping off her back. I walked into the store and approached the cashier. I planned on buying Serge a special gift. Hello, I was wondering what pets you have for children around 12, I asked. Follow me, the man said. He walked to a separate room. It was sealed with cute creatures. Finally, I picked one out. Oh yes, she is perfect for Serge, I said. We will send her to you when she is ready. Would you like to pay now? The cashier cut to the chase. Yes, please, I answered. The creature was $68. I paid with my own money and left the store. Abigail was right where I left her. I climbed into Abigail's back and flew home. Serge didn't know I was getting her a pet. Only Dark, Auntie, and Amy knew. Not even the maids knew. Abigail lifted into the sky gracefully. We soared through the air. When we got home, the dome was shut. I smiled and approached the Serge window. When we got there, Serge shot. Abigail shot flames towards the window. Serge jumped and ran downstairs to the dome. We flew over to the dome and went inside. You scared me, Serge yelled. I slid off of Abigail's back. Hey, Abigail was the one that shot the flames, I replied with a laugh. Serge rolled her eyes and went downstairs. I smiled and had Abigail a few treats and left the dome. Oh, this is a sorry note from the author. My perspective. I ran downstairs after church. She opened the front door and smiled. A man stood there with her creature. Its eyes were sparkly. They were They were a bright green. "Thank you," Serge yelled. The man handed her the creature and left. "I will name him Blue," Serge said. Blue looked at her and hopped down. He ran around her legs. Serge giggled and played with her new pet. I walked upstairs. Dark met me in the hallway. "Auntie has requested you meet him in the throne room. There is an important meeting," he mustered. Dark explained. His hands were folded beside his back. "Okay," I said, and teleported to the throne room. I walked in and everyone's eyes burned my skin. I smiled and sat at the throne. "Antisepticai, sir. There has been sightings of a dragon, a large dragon with a woman riding it. It's pink and terrifies the people." The man finally spoke, and he glanced at me. Instantly I knew he was talking about Abra. "That is Avarice, he's mine," I answered. "We will reserve a special place for her and other dragons to fly," Auntie continued for me. The people nodded, everyone stood, and Auntie signed a paper agreeing to the law, making it official. I noticed a space that said Queen. Auntie pushed the paper over for me to sign. I did so with a smile. Auntie nodded and everyone left. Auntie snapped his fingers and the paper vanished in green smoke. I stood on my tippy toes and kissed Auntie. "I love you," I whispered. "I love you too," Auntie replied. Suddenly the door flew open and there was a lion running after Serge and Blue. "Did you?" Auntie began. I nodded and the butlers yelled at Serge for a mess. The maids followed her to clean it up, and Wilfred was running around like an idiot. I shook my head and laughed. What a place. I smiled at the thought. And that's just an off-road note. So if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Goodbye, Poke Peeps.